lovely wood here, deep in the heart of the Highlands of Scotland, looks beautiful and serene today. But it wasn't always like this. Several years ago, this wood here was the scene of some very sinister goings-on. Indeed. You thought I was asleep there, but I wasn't. Back in the 1980s, the government decided to send lots of young unemployed people, or DHSS folk as they were known back then, up to the Highlands of Scotland to do skills building courses, which would help them develop team building skills to help them re-enter the world of work. The government of the day were absolutely delighted with the scheme. But one old lady who lived in the forest certainly was not. The old lady was known as Mrs. Grogan, and she had lived in this wood for many years. She got very annoyed at the young people continually having banging parties in the evening and leaving empty cans of Tennent's and White Lightning cider on the forest floor. Mrs. Grogan decided that she would complain to the young people's team leader about their bad behaviour. The next day, some of the young lads decided that they would pay the old lady back by throwing bricks through her cottage window and watering her flowers, by urinating on them. Mrs. Grogan decided that it was time for serious action. She decided that she would build a house in this clearing here, but it wasn't going to be an ordinary house. It would be a house similar to the one in the fairy tale Hansel and Gretel. But this house would not be built of sweets. It would be built from Greggs sausage rolls, pies and yum-yums. The plan worked a treat. After an evening of hard partying, most of the young people simply couldn't resist the aroma of Greggs bakery products coming through the forest. They followed the scent all the way to the cottage and were enticed inside and never seen again. We don't actually know the exact fate of these young people. Some people think they were shoved into a giant oven. Others believe they were locked into the attic forever. Whatever the truth, we'll never know now, as Mrs. Grogan died in 1995 and took her dark secrets to the grave with her.